32 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want a car. As a consultant, back in the olden days when you want a car first and then you be a director for 4 months and then you want a car. Lost my car. That's not in my accolades. But I had a whole lot of product. And I said, I'm gonna sell all this bleepity bleep. Bleepity bleep shelf. Okay. So that is a lesson for a setback as a setup. So since then, which I can't even remember how many years ago, it was before I was a director. I've been a director for 23 years, so it was probably 25 years ago. I got really good at selling. And as a result, I never, ever in 25 years missed director production because I could do it myself. Okay. I was myself. Okay. No problem. So, don't ever feel like this is not, I can't, because this is happening to me. Because it's happened to us. Mary Kay always said, I'm where I am because I have the blendest knees of all of y'all. And that's what she did. Okay, don't think we're up here, we're celebrating because we've accomplished, we worked hard for it. Don't think that we're celebrating because we never had any challenges. Okay? So I want to talk about selling. I thought this was this might be a repeat for some of my more advanced stuff, but I want to get some basics. Okay. Number one, you guys got to be strategic. Strategic, I love that when you said that. I love that. I had to work for the So you got to know, first of all, I wrote down, you need to know who your target is. Now, they say sometimes the records get really bougie with it, who they pick, because sometimes you just want to sell everybody. But I got to say, I know if I want Chatter, a 19-year-old, she is not going to buy $200 of hair stuff. Is she?
No.
Is she about $200 of hair stuff?
If she white.
Lipstick. Right, because they know they need it.
If she white, she like.
How many reorders you going to get from a lip gloss? From a 19-year-old. Y'all know what I'm trying to say here? Okay. I'm not saying that all y'all customers got to be 50 or older, but I'm just saying don't get upset if you do. And I've even done, I'm just saying this is not even on script, I've even done parties and all of the friends are broke and the consultant broke. Ask me if I book a follow-up appointment or another party from that party. Birds fly together. I'm not trying to book another party with y'all people. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm going to love all over them. It's going to be wonderful. They're going to have a time of life. They're going to get all the freebies that I have. But I am not going to book another party with your sister. Who is also broke. Her friends are broke. Okay. So know your part. I might have gone down that road too far. But you want to know who your target market is. And that can go both ways. It can go both ways on that. So because there are women out there who are looking at my daughter who was 3 when I got started, or 5 or something like that. She's turning 38. And she said, oh, my girlfriends, they're getting in their 40s now, like around 40 or something, and they're all like starting to think skincare. I'm like, and I'm gonna be in Georgia, she's in Georgia. I'm like, when can I get in front of? That's my market. They realize, oh, I am gonna get old, and I do want some supplements now. Now y'all ready for me? That's my market, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so know your market, be strategic. Know your income. What do you wanna make? What's your goal? What do you wanna make? Okay? Now, I always say, who does their weekly accomplishment sheet? Throw your hand up. Okay. If you've never even done your weekly accomplishment sheet, you don't even know what your averages are. You don't know what you're selling. You don't know what your averages are. How can you do your numbers? How can you be strategic if you don't know how much your average facial is? And whether you normally do facial with classes, you don't even know. So that is another reason why that weekly accomplishment sheet, which is found on Mary Kay In Touch, is really key. You should know how much what your average sales are. So if your average sales are $50 a person, you need to talk to a top seller. If what you usually sell is some foundation and a lip gloss and some primer, you need to talk to a consultant because you're just not going to get the numbers that I'm going to be talking to you about. Selling lip glosses, lipsticks, fragrances. It's skincare. That's what the money is. I used to literally go to my skincare classes and look in the eyeball. I don't care if you have to buy lipstick from me. I want you to look over here at the skincare. I used to say that. They said, I don't wear makeup. I said, I don't care if you never buy it. I'm going to talk to you about the skincare right here. Because if you don't like to wear makeup, you need to know about the skincare right there. And then they would listen. Okay? So, all right. So know what your average are. And they're going to come from your sales tickets from there. Okay? So that's number one. Be strategic. Know your numbers. So if you sell $100 per face, you know how many faces you need to sell 1,000, right? Now you know what your goal is. You need to know, what your number is. Okay. The next thing, history, Mary Cat, build your customer base. I can be off for 2 weeks and have $1,000 a week. $1,000 in 2 weeks for my reorders. I know who to call. I need $300 in sale. Let me call Susan and Kathy. Because I know I'm going to have $300. They're going to spend $200 a week from reorders. My reorders are $1,000 a month, at least. Is there any reason why I'm not a star all the time? I'll never consider being. It's just I'm a star for my reorders. And you know where that came from? Back when I was a consultant in the caveman time before internet. Mary Kay put out a challenge to have 100 customers in your customer base. I was a new consultant. I'm like, how do they do that? I'm gonna have 100 customers. And they had just started the preferred customer program. They had just started. I'm gonna have 100 customers in a year. So I worked on building my customer base to 100 customers a year. And I was living in Richmond. We had just moved there. I really didn't know that many people, but I just really focused on it. But if you do the math at 100 customers a year, what is the math on that? What is 112 divided 100? Isn't that like 8 customers a month?
Something like that.
It's like 8 customers a month. 8 customers a month. You're adding to your preferred customer base. I wasn't breaking any records, but I was consistent as all get out. And at the end of that, I had 100 customers in my customer base, and they were skincare customers. They didn't go on my preferred customer list if they bought a lipstick from me. I was not considering them to be.
She told me that one time, girl. I fell out laughing.
You know, you could buy from me, but they were not somebody I was going to call back.
I'll put them in my phone.
That kind of thing. I don't know if that's right, but that was how I did. So these 100 customers were skincare customers. That's what I really figured were my preferred customers. So if you do not currently have a customer base of 100 or more, that's I would recommend you do that service. Because with those customers, you got the reorders coming in, you got the people to go to, the team build with, you got your hostesses. It's just, that's your goal right there. I love my customers. And in 32 years, I've seen them raise children and do what, we chat, I love these people. They're friends. So, okay, so build your customer base. That will increase your sales, that will increase your reorders, and that will increase your customer loyalty. They will not buy from anybody else. Oh, no. My consultant is. I'm offended that you would even have that to me. Okay, all right, that's number 2. Number 3, how's my time going, ladies? Because I'm just chatting. Okay. Number 3, let's talk about upselling. That is not a dirty word. Upselling benefits your customer and it benefits you. Upselling might sound like a dirty word for people who are not the sales type. But really what you're doing when you're upselling is you're being a professional consultant. Because she wants her skin to be flawless, doesn't she? She wants her makeup to look professional. She wants to sparkle when she walks out. She wants to smell good. She wants her skin to be nice and hydrated and moisturized from head. Don't she want that? Don't she want it all? Yes! And if you are not consulting her, like if you go in there and she'll look at you and she might see, like I like a natural look. And she might look at me and think I might have one shade of eyeshadow on and some foundation and lipstick. I said, oh no, girlfriend, you know what I got on? Let's start with the Time Rez repair system. Then we're gonna talk about our supplement. Then we're gonna talk about the primer and the highlighter and the 4 shades of eyeshadow I have on that look like one. Let's talk about what I have on. But she doesn't know that. So if you aren't consulting her about that, then you're not doing her a service. She's gonna get home and put that same 1 shade of eyeshadow she's always used, and she's gonna like, I look just like I look like that. You know, I'm not impressed. But she doesn't know to get the look that she really wants. You really need all of this. Now you can choose to, but I'm gonna tell you, this is what you need to get what you really want. And she can choose to. And I'm not a pushy salesperson at all. I'm a pack it up and go. I'm gonna tell you what you need, and I will even tell you, knowing your type. Let's just start with this. I will even say that. Let's just start with this and get you going. If she doesn't use a lot, I'm not gonna overwhelm her. And then I'll come back for your follow-up appointment. And that's old school Mary Kay. We used to do, the 2 plus 2 plus 2. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. But that 2 plus 2 plus 2 is some serious. That's how you build a loyal customer base. Because you call them in 2 days. How you doing? How you doing? Just make sure she starts saying, have you ever had anybody buy stuff and put them on the shelf and don't use it? Oh,
yes.
On Sundays.
What?
You just
what?
wash your face on Sundays? I don't understand. She gonna see the results that she needs? Is she gonna use the product every 3 months? No. Is she gonna stop using it altogether and get pushed back on the shelf? Yes. 2 days. How you doing with this thing? And I'm gonna make an appointment. 2 weeks, I'm gonna come back because guess what? She got paid again. And she gonna also, right, Natasha? She got paid again, and she'll get the other stuff she didn't get the first time. And then you have room to talk to her about the supplements or the glamour or whatever direction you want to go. And then now she's on the skincare. I was just talking to my unit about, we want to get them on everything. Sean Key, an icon in our world of Mary Kay, mentioned one time you want them on everything from the skincare. Like you want them on skincare, you want them on supplements, you want them on body care, you want them on fragrance, you want them on glamour, because then when they're reordering, they're not just reordering a cleanser and a moisturizer. Oh, I need my cleanser, my primer, I need some more. I'm running out of my clinical solutions. Give me one of those. Guess how much I read? That's why my reorders are $200. Right? Don't you want a $200 reorder? Yeah. Right. She ain't gonna be a $200 reorder. She just bought lipstick. Right. Or just the miracle set. Okay. So, increasing your sales, and this is how you do it. Okay. When you go, like I have baskets, right? And do it however you want, but I love being back in front of people now. But you can do the same thing virtually. You want to think about the appointment before you come. I just had an appointment 2 days ago with a new customer. Found me on the internet, on the website. Called her, went over, and came with the roll-up bag. She told me what she wanted. It came with a filled roll-up bag and my basket of supplements, according to what she would need. She wanted everything.
Of course she did.
It was a $300 sale, and I will be back there on Tuesday because I really should be on team. and we're doing glamour because we didn't even get to the glamour. She wants glamour. But, we'll wait to do glamour. I'll come back on next week. But I knew I want to get in front of her and talk about the opportunity and we'll do glamour. And now she's, shook off that $300 sale. Now she's ready. She'll be ready to, even if I want to sell her a collection of glamour or whatever else she might want. Okay? So that's how you're going to increase. You're going to know what, get educated about the product because you'll know what she needs. And my skin is that's what was going on. Her skin was feeling dry. So I stole one of my genius consultants. She got the, what's the one in a little bottle?
The boosters.
The moisturizer for $50. That goes in the little serum. The naturally oil. Oh, she put that over top. I stole that from Latasha. Oh, you need this to put over top of everything. Another $50. And by the way, we also have this intense moisturizer you can put on at night. Another what? How much are those? 34.
Yep.
That was added on to the roll-up bag that I got with her. So if you know your product, so you want to know those supplements. So now she's on those extra $80 supplements. So when she runs out of her miracle set, she's also going to be running out of this other $80 of her product, right? Okay. And we haven't even talked about glamour yet. Okay. Let's talk about, okay, treating your business like a store. All right, here we go. Y'all know this, right? You know where I'm coming from. Now, you don't have to have an inventory like me. I have $40,000 of inventory in my shop. You don't have to have that. You don't know that. But if you want to be a store and you want to service your customer, you want to have everything. So, and you want to have multiples of them. Okay? So if you really want this to be a business and you really want to have an income, you want to treat it like a store and you want to have the product on hand that you sell. And you start, so I didn't start with that. When I started dating girlfriends again, this don't leave the room. My credit was terrible. I had a credit card. But I pulled all my resources together. And 32 years ago, I started with a $600 order. And my first goal was to be a star. And I built up my inventory, you know that. And then as soon as I was a Mary Kay a little bit, I paid my bills. I got me a credit card and I got me some inventory. And I built my inventory up, right? So when I go out now and I go with my basket, it looks like, it's like everything. I have multiples of this. I have every lipstick, anything you might imagine you might want to look or smell like. It's beautiful in here and I have ample. You want 3? So when people call me for stuff, how many do you want?
Right.
Right? There's another story. It happens. It builds your confidence when you're selling. Here's another true story. I was in Salton. I don't know if I was directed yet. I don't know where it was. I don't know. Anyway, I was out. I was doing appointments. I had like 3 appointments. And it was, we had just gotten the look card. We had just gotten those look cards out, right? So you know the looks. And they had genius. The same look card matched what was in the catalog, right? And they always had one black lady in there, right? They still do that. So I was like, all the ladies were black. So I went there and I did the first appointment. And I did her skincare. And I was like, I'm selling her collection. I did her skincare. Then we did her glamour. We did that. Which look would you like to try? And then she pointed to the black lady over there. Okay, I got that. So we did her look. Oh, I love it. Oh, everything. I'm like, great. So I ran out to the car. I get everything out of the car and I'm like bringing it in. She's like, I'm sorry. Girl, I was in the ghetto. People spending 2, 3, this is years ago. Like, these people, they don't care. I'm like, behind me, make sure nobody runs me. Got back in there. Gave her her stuff and everything. And then I went to the next appointment. Got her in the car. I'm like, woo! Got to the next appointment. Did her skincare. I'm like, okay, let's do your glamour. Which look would you like? Point to the black lady. I'm like, okay. So we did a regular collection. Oh my God, I love it. I'm like, okay, I got it. So I'm like, oh, this is a great day. I'm looking. Oh my God. Oh, okay, I found it. Had everything. I was like, oh, because she's all excited. She's looking at her, and you want to bring it in there. So oh, okay. So I go back. I have one more point. I get it. I'm like, this is a great day. Go to the third appointment. It's my last one. So did her makeup. Like, what you look? What she got? She points to the black. Like, all right. She does the makeup. She says, oh my God, I look at her with everything. And I remembered I didn't have it. So I looked at her, had an out-of-body experience, and I said, you don't really want to get your glamour today, do you? Did I just tell her that she did not want to get her? I actually said that. And she looked at me and said, yeah, I do. And I was like, oh my God. I knew I didn't have it in the car. Where was my confidence? I was not, if I knew I had 10 of them in the car, I would say, girl, you look great. Don't you want that? It would have been a whole different level of confidence in selling. You need to have your inventory. I didn't start with full inventory, I built it. But you want to build your store, guys. And you start in the areas that you sell. You start with the skincare, and you build in the shades that you sell and that you love, and you have a good amount of it. And then you just build and you build and you build. So that is a focus that you want to build your own. So that's point number 3. How are we doing one time?
I don't know. You said you're going to keep going.
What'd you say? Oh, I don't even know. Where else? Okay. Okay. Selling sets. How am I doing? Okay. Okay, let's talk about selling sets. Are y'all selling sets? She looked at me really innocent with this cute little smile. And I'm not sure what that meant, but y'all are selling sets, right? You sell sets. So I bought this roller bag because I keep them. This is like a basic set, and I customize them. right? So this is just the basic. This is just an ultimate miracle set, and I call this the finishing set. This is where I begin, okay? But as I said, when you have a little conversation with them, and we used to have pre-profile cards, we still have them. But now you just ask them, if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be? That's the extra little giddies, you know? And then you say, are you a glamour girl? Then you might just want to bring lipsticks. I don't get into glamour. But you know, that could be something you can add on. But you want to bring that. When you lay this beautiful roll-up bag, it was all about how do I get that bag? What do I need to do? What child do I need to sell?
Oh, no. I feel her. Yep.
Well, I mean, you gotta know.
Seriously, what do I need?
No.
What do I need to do to get that bag? So obviously you need to have these, and they need to be filled, and they need to be filled and wrapped and ready to grab when you're going out to an appointment, right?
Yep.
How many? Right?
Yep.
Y'all know, right? So think about sets. You know, we've got, of course, we've got our skincare set. So think about who your market is. I gotta confess, I made a mistake. I prejudged this lady because she called me on the phone and she had this little accent. She was like, girl, something. I live in Salisbury, Maryland. I'm like, this chicken got no money. So I was thinking, I'm just gonna start with the basic. I got there, drove up to the house. Oh, I should have bought the repair set. I should have bought the repair set. Because then as she got it, she was looking for the book. She said, why don't you bring me a repair set? I'm like, oh. I said, did you want that? I can get that for you, you know. And she said, next time. But I figured, I'm going to get her. She's going to be on my team. She's going to get the repair set. But anyway, you know, bring it. You know who you're going to. Bring the sets. Who's your customer base? Skincare, start with skincare. Supplements. Is your theme. I love themes. Talking about Tasha again. She's on her Mary Kay Winter Survival Kit. And she's selling like crazy. Guys. Right? Quarter sales on her way again. Woo woo! Number one in my unit right now. Okay? So, themes. So she's just talking winterization, skin, moisturize, skincare, spa, treatment, anything, whatever excites you. Sets. So it can be, you can include skincare for that, okay? And then I love how we did clothes like Azura did the clothes with the queen, the princess, and the duchess. You know, have your full meaning, you know, are you a queen today? I love when she said that. Yes. Let me go check my counterpart and see how queenly I am today, you know. Or are you a princess today? Or maybe a duchess, you know.
She said miracle. Like the last one was miracle.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you need a miracle?
Do you need a miracle? I love it, but have your big, medium, large. That's Mary Kay 101. You have the large, and if you think about Mary Kay, she has the basic, the miracle, and the ultimate. Those are the three. But I'm telling you, people are spending way more than that. But have, know your client, know your, what your three, because you want to have the small, medium, and large. That's selling 101. People will usually pick the one in the middle. When you sell to men, they pick the one in the middle. You know, Christmas time, you want the 100, well, how much trouble are you in? Do you want the $100 set or do you want the $300 set? They usually go for the one in the middle. Okay, so know your sets. Okay, and come with them packaged that she can just say, she's not gonna wanna let go of that. She's not gonna send that home. All right, and finally, you are the chief financial officer of your business. So let's talk about, this whole thing was about paying yourself, right? So you gotta get set, you gotta get your business set up. Let's repeat it. You gotta be strategic about it. You gotta know who your market is. You gotta know how much I'm selling and where I need to get to, how many people I need to get in front of. Build your customer base so you have those streams of income coming in. So you've got these reorders that you can go to, as well as the new faces, and you're just building on that. Learn how to upsell so that stream is higher. So your one appointment isn't a $100 sale, it's a $200 sale on average. And your reorders aren't $50 reorders, they're $200 reorders. Right? Don't y'all want that? Okay. And so you're learning how to pay yourself. Okay? Now Mary Kay talks about a 60-40 split. Okay. There's a true confession again. I'm such a rebel. I was like, I got this inventory. I don't even do about? I started doing 50/50 today. I sell 1,000 and I pay myself 500, you know. And so I was so used to inventory, I would run down, you know, get my little stuff off the shelf. I started somewhere around May. I was running down to my shelf. And remember when the foundations was bronze 400 and bronze? I ain't got no more $400. Wait a minute. I got no more $400 left. You know, and then wait a minute, all of my tops that I ain't had to work. I said, how did that happen? That's how that happened. They caught up with me. That little 10%, because I do lavish my customer. I don't charge shipping. I be throwing product in there, but you spend $300, you know. Girl, go ahead. Here's a birthday gift. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, right off of my taxes. So I do give away product, even though, especially now that I'm not doing parties, so there's not even as much hostess credit anymore. So I just like, you gonna spend $300, that's a party. Here you go. You know, you partied all by yourself, you know. So you want to do the 60/40 is just talking about how you're gonna pay yourself. So if you sell 1,000, 60% of it is for you to reinvest. That 600 and the 40 is your profit. It will break that down for you on the weekly accomplishment sheet. However, you are not at profit level if you aren't at full inventory. So if you go home and you look at your shelf and the level that you remember when you're brand new, you fill out a sheet, how many appointments you want to hold, how many. If your inventory does not reflect the level that you want to sell, then you need to perhaps not do a 60/40 split because you're never going to build. You might consider 25-75% and build to that point. Especially if you're thinking about, I remember the days when I was thinking about leaving the job, you know, because I've been doing it Mary Kay 13, but I've done a job in between. I remember I'm sick of this whole thing where I had to wait 5, you know, I wouldn't even there that long, I ain't gonna lie. But where I was, because I was just quit a job. So, you know, that I can't have Christmas break because I had Christmas break last year. I wanted to take Christmas break because that's when my husband was a teacher, the kids were, I want to be off for Christmas. You know, so I just made the decision, okay, I'm leaving this job and I'm leaving it instead. So I wanted to make sure I had my inventory on so I could pay myself what I needed to pay myself. So manage your money and keep a record and be stingy with yourself. I remember when it used to be cash, we would be like, you know, I would make a little sale and I had like $20 in my wallet. I still do it when people pay cash. And it'll be like all up in a little side of my wallet, so I wouldn't spend it. We'd be at the gas station, no gas. My husband would say, you got any cash? Nope. No, I don't. No, I had $50. Because I don't know if have you ever done that? You spend a little bit, I spend it, and then it's gone, and then your money. That's embezzlement from your business, guys. So you really have to keep a record. I'm recommending that you do that weekly accomplishment sheet. You know, and that you keep a ledger, and that you pay yourself. And you can pay yourself weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, however you choose to. But make sure that you're treating your business like you would treat a business. Where you're looking at it, and I'm just keep using that $1,000 in increments. But if you sold $1,000, if you're not at full inventory, perhaps take the 75, or maybe you just want to get there fast and you want to reinvest all of it, and so that you get there. But really pay attention to those numbers. And don't go crazy on the what is section 2 stuff. What are y'all doing? What the hell? I'm sorry.
Right.
I just had a okay. I just had someone place. She's not here. No name we mentioned. She placed a $227 order and bought $191 in section 2. What is she? One of the samples, or she doesn't have any product. She's going to give them samples, and then you're like, oh, I don't have it. Don't do that. Don't do that. All the money goes into your inventory, your section 1. Use those as samples and write them off. Write them off on your taxes. Use them on yourself. Have a particle. Write it off on your taxes as an expense. Increase your star consultant. Section 2 only, you know, you get some, but it's in proportion. I think Mary Kay recommends 10% of what you order. So if you do a $200 order, then $20. I do $1,000 orders and I do $20. I'm very frugal with that, but I use the full size of that because it's just so let's talk about, to close off with your star level, because it very easily coordinates with being a star consultant, right? And that may be a great way for you to kind of track. Because I'm not a super detailed person. So I like goals that are just like a big goal and I can just run for it. Like I told you, 100 customers. You know that? You just know, you just track. I got 50 right now, I need 50 more. You know, okay, I got 3 more this week. All right, now I got 53. That's easy, track. And then the results will just come from that. But Star Consultant is kind of like that as well. So you know there's 4 levels of Star Consultant. There's a Sapphire level was 1,800 post-sale. The Diamond level is 3,000. Emerald is 3,600.
You skip Ruby. You skip Ruby.
What did I skip?
You skip Ruby.
Ruby! That's what I skipped. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Because I was like, did she just
Sapphire,
start?
1,000. Ruby, 2,400. That's what that guy. 2,400. Diamond, 3,000. Emerald, 3,600. And Pearl is 48, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I might have my numbers wrong here. But I know that Sapphire, if you're doing a 60-40 split, if you sell 1,000 that month, then you invest 600, pay yourself 400, and you'll be a star at the end of the quarter. Because 600, 600, 600 is your 1,800, right? To sell 1,000, how much do you have to sell a week? $250, right? And if you know your numbers, and if you sell $100 per face, then that's around 2.5 people that you're, maybe 2 people with some reorders, right? And so you can just double that, triple that, depending on what you want to pay yourself. So if you want to pay yourself, 4 times that, let's say you want to pay yourself $1,600 a month, then you're looking at selling $1,000 a week, right? And if you're selling $100 a face, how many faces do you need the facial a week? 10, right? That could be 2 parties. And honestly, if you start to really make sets, then you will sell more than $100 a face.
Yep.
It might inch up to $150 a face, $200 a face. If you use the product and you use everything we sell is in my cabinet somewhere. Because you sell what you love. You sell what you love. And I honestly had to do a recheck. I said, let me pull this stuff from the back of the closet and start using this because I'm going to start selling this. You know, because I tried it before, stopped using it. I'm going to start using it and I get excited about it. So that's another reason why they have inventory, because you want to be using it. That was the thing I learned way back because I didn't have a big inventory. So I was like, let me just, ooh, look, I got one of these. Isn't that nice? And it would just sit there and sit there. I didn't know nothing about it. I never used it. Anybody ever used it? So then I finally just, dusted it off, started using it. I'm like, oh my God, this stuff is amazing. And then I started selling. Okay, so don't do that either. But I hope any questions? Any questions?
Okay, so in the beginning you were talking about you took a roll-up bag to someone's house because it was something that they wanted or whatever. So what?
That's how she told me her skin was dry. That's what she told me.
Oh.
And that translated to roll it back to me.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the translation.
Because I was
My
gonna,
skin dry.
I was going to ask how you came about, because you said it was customized. So I was going to ask how you came about what you put in there.
I customize it. I could hear her voice. I could tell her age, approximately. I knew she was not younger. I knew she was more mature.
Okay.
She said her skin was dry. And that was why she called me. That's why she was looking for a consultant. And I asked her again, what would you change about your skin? And she repeated, my skin is just dry. So I bought a roll-up bag, and I started, which was my mistake. I started with the regular time-wise set, which is my usually base point. But I really should have bought her the repair set.
Mm-hmm.
But I started with that, and then I added supplements. And she also said she wanted foundation, so I bought the finishing set, and I actually bought the real foundations. So that's what I had. I asked her what color. She said, I'm a black lady. I said, okay. And I said, would you consider your skin like medium or dark? She said medium, so I put it, but I had, and so everything was in there. So when I closed with her, I just rolled it out, and it had everything in there. She said, I want everything. And then she said, but my skin is so dry. And I said, you want to add this? I said, these are 2 that I would recommend. And she said, I'll take both of them.
What's in your finishing set?
I just do, the finishing set is what I do online. It has the CC cream, the primer, and a concealer. 58.
The foundation primer or the?
Foundation primer.
Okay.
Mhm. And it's just an easy match, you know. But she actually got foundation. We matched her. In fact, she got 2 foundations. Because I told her how I put my foundation on. I have 130 and 140. And she said, I want both. I'm telling you, they want it. Okay, I want both. You do that? I want
I
that.
do.
The primer, the concealer, and the CC is usually the one I do. But she did foundation. So it can be.
Give Brandon a hand.